The bank robbery was hailed as the greatest heist of the century, a brilliant scheme masterminded to breach what was considered an unbreakable vault. The case left detectives baffled. Today's tale unfolds at a prominent French bank named Société Générale, one of France's most renowned financial institutions with branches worldwide. Located in Nice, a city along the French Riviera on the Mediterranean coast, the bank was trusted by many to safeguard their valuables: cash, jewelry, gold, and other precious items. The bank stored these treasures in secure safety deposit boxes inside its massive vault, known as one of the strongest in France. Customers felt completely secure. However, what occurred on Monday, July 19, 1976, was unprecedented. The day began like any other, with staff taking their posts and preparations for a routine day underway. Everything seemed normal until the bank director and several employees attempted to open the vault to process customer withdrawals. While the main outer door swung open as usual, the inner vault door stubbornly refused to budge. Initially, the staff stayed calm, assuming the jam was routine. After all, the vault door was 75 years old and weighed over 20 tons. Yet, the growing crowd of impatient customers waiting to access their deposits raised the tension. The director quickly contacted the vault's manufacturer and maintenance team. Minutes later, an expert arrived and began working on the lock, repeatedly trying to figure out why the door wouldn't open. The specialist confirmed that the lock itself was functioning correctly, and there were no signs of forced entry. Despite bringing out all necessary tools and calling in extra personnel, the cause of the door's refusal to open remained a mystery. Outside, customers grew restless and anxious, demanding access to their valuables. The experts were equally frustrated, unable to explain the situation. It seemed impossible that the vault door was locked from the inside. After all, it was the only entrance and exit. The idea was absurd. By noon, the bank made the difficult decision to breach the vault door's side. At 3 p.m., a small hole was drilled to peer inside. What was discovered stunned everyone. The bank had been robbed. Police were called immediately, and within minutes, officers flooded the scene, including the top investigators from Nice. The hole was widened to allow police entry. They found that the robbers had stolen all the cash inside, plus the contents of 4,000 safety deposit boxes filled with valuables. On the vault wall, a large message was spray-painted: "Without weapons, without violence, without hate." The pressing question was, how did the thieves get in and out? It was soon revealed that a tunnel led from the vault to the city's underground sewer system. Left behind were tools and equipment used to break into the vault: 27 gas cylinders for blowtorches, ventilation devices to supply fresh air to the tunnel, and nearly half a mile of electrical wiring. It was clear this was a meticulously planned operation, prepared months in advance. The stolen loot, money, jewelry, and precious metals was valued at about $10 million, making it the largest bank robbery ever recorded and earning worldwide headlines as the heist of the century. The bank offered a $250,000 reward for information leading to the criminal's capture. This also triggered one of the largest investigations in history. High-ranking detectives from across France interviewed thousands: bank employees, customers with safe deposit boxes, local residents and workers near the bank. Evidence pointed to a notorious criminal group called the Sewer Rats, known for using the city's sewer tunnels during their crimes. After months of investigation, several suspects linked to the gang were identified. However, none seemed capable of masterminding such a complex operation. The police kept them under close watch, still hunting for the true mastermind. In early October, a breakthrough came when 2 suspects tried to sell gold bars at a local bank. The serial numbers matched those stolen in the robbery. The suspects were arrested immediately, and under pressure. One named a photographer called Albert as the planner behind the heist. Police confronted Albert, who claimed innocence. Known as a charming and devoted husband living quietly in the countryside, he didn't fit the typical criminal profile. Despite this, he was taken into custody, and detectives reopened their investigation with him. Albert insisted on his innocence throughout hours of interrogation, resisting even illegal methods police used to extract a confession. During a raid of his home, officers found illegal weapons and explosives, giving them leverage to pressure him. Threats to imprison his wife led Albert to finally admit involvement. He revealed the elaborate plan. 2 years earlier, a neighbor working at the bank mentioned the vault lacked an alarm system. Albert rented a safety deposit box, which granted him access to the vault without guards. He meticulously photographed and mapped every corner. Knowing the vault contained thousands of boxes, Albert realized breaking in unnoticed would require extended time inside. His solution was to tunnel in from the city's vast underground sewer system, a challenging feat, complicated by the unpleasant smell and the need to avoid detection. Posing as a contractor, Albert obtained detailed sewer maps from the city hall, pinpointing the closest access point beneath the bank. From there, he recruited the sewer rats gang in Marseille, promising them a share of the loot in exchange for manpower and equipment. The diggers worked in harsh, cramped conditions, rotating shifts to endure the heat, poor ventilation, and claustrophobia. Fresh air and electricity were supplied through tubes and cables to improve working conditions. After 9 weeks, they reached the vault wall and began breaking through the reinforced concrete quietly. On the weekend of July 17, 1976, the gang entered the vault. They welded the steel door to the frame to buy time for their escape and proceeded to break open safe deposit boxes. Over 27 hours, they accessed 400 boxes filled with riches. An unexpected bonus came when an armored van made a nighttime deposit through a small opening connected directly to the vault. Early Monday morning, Albert declared the job done. Before leaving, he spray-painted the now famous message on the vault wall. Despite the vast police efforts, Albert escaped dramatically during a meeting with a judge, jumping from a first-floor window onto a parked car and fleeing on a waiting motorcycle. He vanished without revealing the location of the stolen goods. Throughout his life on the run, Albert taunted authorities by sending provocative photos and messages. His wife remained behind in Nice, continuing her work as a nurse. Albert, the mastermind behind the century's greatest robbery, died of lung cancer in 1989, leaving behind a legendary story of crime and cunning.